Psalm chapter 33 David's bread recipe. Verse 4 The Lord's word is always right and true, everything he does is trustworthy. ChatGPT is taking the world by storm. In a YouTube video about ChatGPT, I heard an impressive explanation. Traditional learning is like putting flour and a recipe programming into a computer and baking bread. Deep learning, on the other hand, is like putting flour and bread into a computer and extracting the recipe. While program sophistication is important in traditional methods, eating bread almost infinitely is important in deep learning. Deep learning is simply eating bread with brute force. Surprisingly, the computer that has eaten all kinds of bread has written the recipe. This is amazing. As a result, it cannot be said unequivocally that ChatGPT was created by humans or the computer did it by itself. Psalm chapter 33, verse 4 is David's bread recipe. It includes all the bread that David ate throughout his life. David ate sweet bread, bitter bread, soft bread, rough bread, and all kinds of bread. The resulting recipe is verse 4. David's recipe, derived from all his experiences in life, is like the number 00. God's righteous act was needed for David to survive when he acted insane, and the joy of victory was also a true moment that God had prepared. Anything that happens, any tragedy or happiness, becomes 0 in God's eyes. This is the recipe that David derived. David cannot say that the praise in verse 4, which he called himself, is his own creation recipe. It is the point where God's grace 0 resides. Just like we cannot say unequivocally that humans created ChatGPT or if the computer did it by itself. However, it is traditional to take David's recipe and try to make bread. It's missing David's deep time. Even if I repeat verse 4 like a parrot, it does not become my own recipe. The praise I sing must be my own recipe. Eating bread in everyday life to get my own song lyrics, not David's lyrics, is the act of digging into the Bible. The surface of the Bible verse, especially the Psalm of Praise, has a large scale. God not only mixes the seawater and shakes the earth but also manages the stars outside the earth. Although by repeating singing according to these lyrics, the sea does not jump and the earth does not shake. Let us not hope for a miracle that we can make David's recipe into our own recipe by memorizing his recipe without skipping the process of deriving David's song recipe.